we continue bringing you the action from the Escopa court in Quezon City. And this time, it's the 18-under boys from the south who will take center stage as Muntinlupa tries to close its season on a positive note against a playoff-bound Leyte Homes. As we continue the live coverage of the country's premier youth basketball league, the one and only Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL. And this will be our fourth game of the day, 18-and-under action on your way between the Muntinlupa Emeralds and the Leyte Homes Tiger Cubs. So good afternoon, everybody. The name is Cholo Pangilinan, covering the action with Coach Noy Africa and Courtney Benaventura at the sidelines. Coach Noy, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you, Cho. For all intents and purposes, this game is actually no bearing. Muntinlupa at number 10 already eliminated, while Leyte currently at 7-3. With a win here, they will finish solo third. If they lose this game, they end up at 7-4, tied with Batangas at 7-4. But having the winner over that other advantage, they will still finish third.
And to start things off, first let's talk about the last game of the Muntinlupa Emeralds, where they lost against the Palawan Hurich Builders.
Yeah, they were blown out in that game, 32 points, allowing Palawan plus 33 in field goal attempts. Also turning the ball over 33 times, allowing Palawan 36 points off turnovers. Alexander Arshaga was a high man for them, 12 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 5 steals, and 1 block.
And on the other side, talking about the Homes Leyte Tiger Cubs, they won against the Las Piñas Isa Botanica Whitening Warriors.
Well, definitely needed that win. Homes Leyte was 78-67 victory over Las Piñas. They shot well from the field. More than pretty much half of their shots went in. Had a +7 rebounding advantage. Dominated the paint 52-32, getting 7 blocks against none for Las Piñas. Carl Manding, the high man, finishing with a double-double, 20 points and 12 rebounds.
And again, that's it for our matchup this afternoon. The Muntinlupa Emeralds, with a record of 2-8, looking to end their season on a positive note against the playoff-bound Homes Leyte Tiger Cubs. And we'll turn it over to our venue announcer, Denzel Santiago, to start our ballgame.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, Junior MPBL fans. Welcome to Barangay Escopa 3 here in Quezon City, as we bring you the continuation of Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL Season 2, ang Liga ng Bawat Batang Pilipino. It's a fourth game of today's elimination, featuring the 18-under of Muntinlupa, JKLV, RGG Emeralds, and Leyte Homes. We are live on our official Facebook page and YouTube channel of Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL. And now, let us meet the starters, beginning with the Muntinlupa JKLV RGG Emeralds. Guard number 23, Isaiah Paikane. Also guard number 6, Christian Lopez. At forward number 77, Alexander Arshaga. Also forward number 12, Gabriel Suboro. Playing center number 99, Kinito Lansangan. Head coach from Muntinlupa, JKLV RGG Emerald, Sigfred Levisa. Assisted by Wayan Total, UJ Otase, Lloyd Renante, team manager Cristina Belialo. And now let us meet the starters from your Leyte Homes. Guard number 14, Cal Bronzigard. Also guard number 34, Sean Bohol. At forward number 3, Carl Munting. Also forward number 30, Charles Esteban. Playing center number 23, Alfred Lorenzo. Head coach of Leyte Heroes, Anzi Mejos. Assisted by Christian Mata. Team manager Erica Castro. Dean Sigmund. Our games officials for today's match, Chip Raymond Mateva. Umpire 1, Dory Guevara. And number 2, Mr. Alan Bayo. Our executive director, Mr. J.R. Navarro. And our junior MPBL commissioner, Mr. Kid Picasso. Once again, this is your Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL Season 2, ang Liga ng Bawat Batang Pilipino.
for our Dorite Bola ng Pinoy team starters. For Leyte, it's Bandigan, Bohol, Esteban, Manding, and Loreto. For Muntinlupa, it's Paigane, Lopez, Arsiaga, Tuboro, and Lansangan. And again, just a quick recap. Muntinlupa falling against the powerhouse in the Palawan.
First quarter!
And on the other side, the Leyte Homes coming off that W against the Las Piñas Isa Botanica Whitening Warriors. And again, just like what Coach Noy said, pretty much this game is non-bearing. Leyte is already playoff bound, and then Muntinlupa already out of contention. Then again, you want to end your season on a good note, talking about Muntinlupa, and if you're Leyte, this potential win will add momentum coming the playoffs.
Is always want to get into the playoffs coming off a victory. Hopefully be able to use that momentum to propel you in the playoffs. And like you said, Muntinlupa, they did spend a good portion of their year preparing for this, and being able to come out with a win on your last day would also be a positive for them.
And definitely a lot of opportunities actually for Leyte Homes. They could experiment with lineups, they could experiment with players, give different players green lights usually they don't give them to, and let them do things the coaches don't usually let them. At that time, it's going to be a foul as Carl Manding will go to the line for 2 freebies.
He has been a revelation here for Leyte. Manding has been able to find his bearing in the past few games. Carl Manding averaging 15.5 points per game and 8.8 rebounds. So almost a double-double for this guy. He's really a tough cover because his motor, he just continues to run on the floor, provide the energy, even when he doesn't have plays called for him. He just gets to do the dirty work, and also even after the rebound, he is an agile, quote-unquote big for Coach Andy Meos. Whenever he gets a rebound, he can push the ball in transition and get points coast to coast.
And definitely come the playoffs, his performance will be vital for the Tiger Cubs. Meanwhile, Arsiaga had a good game their last outing, getting blocked. That was Esteban who got the block. Meanwhile, the attack by Bandigan drops it to Sean Bohol for 2.
I did expect the Tiger Cubs to really use their height advantage, also a speed advantage for them. And guys like Bohol should be able to get some easy pickings underneath.
Arsiaga to Buro for 3, and that's money.
Game with nothing to lose on the part of Muntinlupa. Going to be scary to play them, even if really no bearing for the side of Leyte. They do want to get this victory.
Meanwhile, that's Vidane scoring, or rather the Sean Bohol scoring. Meanwhile, no good at that shot. Rebound by Manding. Deadlock at 5. Let's see what the Tiger Cubs have inside their pockets. No good. Great defense. That was Lansangan getting the block. Meanwhile, Tuboro will fire one. That is no good. Meanwhile, offensive foul called on Esteban.
That was clear as day, but even if he was able to force a turnover, gotta admire the courage of Isaiah Paigane to put his body on the line.
3 minutes passing by in Chapter 1. One team foul called on Muntinlupa. Arsiaga has it. He's up against Bohol. And if I heard it right, Sean Bohol is listed as a shooting guard in the starting lineup for the Tiger Cubs.
I don't think that's accurate though. Probably playing the shooting guard on offense, but on defense, he's gonna be one of those guys manning the paint.
Perhaps positionless basketball being experimented by Coach Andy Mejos. As that is a tall lineup actually for the Homes Tiger Cubs. Another tall guy coming in, Daniel Santamaria.
Even Kyle Bandigan is a big wing player for Leyte. He's going to have a redo.
Three-point lead for Muntinlupa. Kyle Bandigan at the line. First one is good for Kyle, as he's averaging close to 6 points per game. Second one on its way for him. 2 out of 2 for Kyle. 1-point lead for Muntinlupa. Paigane brings it down. Arsiaga at the right side up against Carl Manding. Arsiaga will attack Manding. He's unable to score. Esteban, forward pass. Great fight to Vidanis. Outside again. Charles Esteban will attack. Esteban leading up and in.
Esteban has been aggressively attacking the paint. You know that he can shoot from the outside. That's why defenders need to close out long on him.
Paigane hands it off. Arsiaga at the right side. Now he's up top. Sends it to the left side. Now to Boro up top. Inside. Lansangan puts one up. Blocked by Santamaria. One more try. Finally scores over Daniel Santamaria.
Just resilience right there for Lansangan, going against the bigger Santamaria inside.
Meanwhile, Tiger Club swing it around. Manding will attack. He will put one up. No good for Carl Manding. Rebound captured by Lansangan.
Good defensive stop by Muntinlupa, stopping the penetration of Carl Manding.
Paigane has it. This time it's Arsiaga at the left corner for 3. In and out. Rebound Kyle Bandigan. Tiger Cubs on the run. Kyle Bandigan all the way.
That's been one of the advantages of the Leyte Tiger Cubs. Off the rebound, they can attack because they're bigs. They can put the ball on the floor.
Lopez for 3. No good. Out of bounds. Possession going to Leyte.
So despite the early blitz from Leyte, Muntinlupa still able to keep in step, down by just 1.
One-point lead. Carl Manding, Daniel Santamaria looking for a 3. Unable to get it.
Well, that's something that Santamaria will eventually need to develop, especially as he moves up.
No good from Toboro. Rebound by Leyte. Manding has it. Santamaria trying to get free. Castro back to Manding for 3. Not falling. They keep it alive. Daniel Santamaria bulldozing his way inside, but that's no good. But they put it back in courtesy of Javier.
That opportunity was caused by Carl Manding attacking the offensive glass, able to tip it to a teammate.
3-point lead for Leyte. Arsiaga. Inside is Lansangan. The bump, fade away, no good. Out of bounds, possession will go to Leyte. Three-point lead for Leyte. 3 minutes remaining in chapter number 1. Arsiaga triggers the inbound. He gets it back. The attack by Arsiaga. Off the glass, no good. Rebound by Castro. Castro is running. Dishes it to Santamaria for 2.
That's a great play by Castro, bringing the ball coast to coast and able to give it to one of his big men for the finish.
5-point lead for Leyte. Arsiaga to the right side. That's Paigane. He fades away. No good for Paigane. Rebound by Javier. And a foul called on Muntinlupa.
The fourth team foul, third team foul, I'm sorry, for Muntinlupa. So still a foul to give, 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
5-point lead for Leyte, under 2 minutes remaining. Santa Maria, thought about the three, finds Loreto against Linsangan. Ohilia able to swipe it away, but possession will stay with the Tiger Cubs.
Good help from the weak side from Ohilia, but Leyte will keep the basketball.
Meanwhile, Loreto, first 2 points of the game for him.
In too deep. Great setup for Leyte.
Timeout called by Muntinlupa. They're down by 7, a minute and 32 remaining in Chapter 1.
If there's one word that he can describe his team, it's together. We play as a team. We are where we are right now because of how we play together. Those are the exact words from Carl Manding of Sur Homes Leyte. As this game and this season is important to them since they want to see how they rank against other teams and also how well they perform. Cholo, Coach Noy?
Thank you very much, Courtney, for that report. And indeed, you know a team is championship caliber when they hold themselves to high standards even against, teams that don't contend for the playoffs anymore.
Well, more than anything, of course, each game is an opportunity to evaluate yourself and also be able to evaluate where your team is at. As Loreto able to go coast to coast. Well, he's had some really posters, some highlights here. Let's see if we can provide another one in this game.
He's just looking to do that. He has 4 points already in this game. Meanwhile, Judah Vier fingers in that sequence. And he's going to be subbed in immediately by Sean Bohol.
You can see Leyte, they're trying to push the ball each and every time. They're the bigger team, but also they're showing that they can also be the more agile team, trying to push tempo every time.
Rodriguez has a basketball for Munti. To the right side. Shot clock down to 8. Arciaga for 3. That's no good. In and out for him. Loreto the board. The big guy bringing it down. Alfred Loreto. What a move! Coming from Alfred Loreto.
Actually released the ball right before he landed.
And who knew he had it in his game? I'm sorry. I wasn't familiar with your game, Mr. Loreto. This time, Lansangan getting blocked by Sean Bohol. Loreto asking for it. He gets it. What a fake. And that's not gonna count anymore. And that'll be the end of our first period. 21-10. 11-point lead for Leyte. And we shall return for the start of the second period. Once again, this is Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL. Twenty-one to 10, 11-point lead for the Tiger Cubs of Leyte Homes. And so far, leading the charge for Leyte is Alfred Loreto with 6 points.
He may be big, but Alfred Loreto has shown that he can also attack in transition.
Rael Castro, no good at that jump shot. Achilles Manalo grabs the board. Rodriguez has it. At the corner, they fire for three. No good. Rebound by Loreto. Loreto has the basketball. Almost lost it. Will turn the ball over. Rodriguez is running for Munti. And that's bothered by Loreto.
Not even need to jump that time.
The foul will be called on Achilles Manalo.
I can see the bigs of Leyte encouraged to put the ball on the floor off a defensive rebound.
Meanwhile, Leyte circulating the ball on offense. At the corner, Charles Esteban for three. Unable to sink it. Rodriguez brings it down for Muntinlupa.
That's a tall lineup on the floor for Leyte.
And evidently Muntinlupa having a hard time as that three-pointer no good from Villanas. Manding brings it down. Carl Manding looking to attack, and he does.
Well, I was going to say no natural point guard on the floor for Leyte, but no need as Carl Manding able to go coast to coast for that layup.
And perhaps this game, he's trying to show that he can indeed man the point guard position.
Would be a tough cover as a guard, although he has yet to show that he can hit consistently from the outside.
2 minutes passing by in Chapter 2. Possession still with the Emeralds. And Bandigan coming in for Rael Castro. Loreto also taking a breather. Meanwhile, ball ends up with Leyte. Charles Esteban on a rush, will lose it. Muntinlupa has it. Manalo will lose it again. Counter steal though by Villanas. He's at the right wing. This time it's Manalo up top. Will hand it off to Rodriguez. Shot clock down to 10. Rodriguez asking for a pick. Will send it to Villanas instead of the left wing. Shot clock down to 3 seconds. Tough shot, no good. Bandigan grabs it, but he steps out of bounds and possession will stay with the Emeralds.
And even if the ball will stay with Muntinlupa, you can see right there, the full 24 seconds, that ball just went around the three-point area and ended with a contested three. So the length and the mobility of Leyte really becoming a problem for Muntinlupa.
Under 7 minutes remaining. Up 13 is the Tiger Cubs from Leyte. Manding auditioning for that point guard position. Finds Esteban, who is perhaps auditioning as well for the shooting guard position. This time, Bohol will score.
Really no way Sean Bohol is the shooting guard for Leyte, but you can see that he can put the ball on the floor. Although he might just need to develop into one, especially as he moves up. Eventually, he's going to play in college, and you want to be able to use that height at the wing position.
Manding to Bandigan. Out to Manding as well. This time Esteban. Vidan is inside. Outside once again. Bandigan for three. Won't go. Bohol. Still not falling. Another try. Still no good. Third time. Still not falling. And finally the fourth time is good.
And all those 4 times that ball did not hit the floor. Just Leyte attacking the offensive glass, getting rebounds, not even trying to dribble anymore, just went straight up.
Charles Esteban now with 4 points and 3 boards, plus a single dime. Rodriguez, the fake with attack, getting bothered. And no good. Bohol the rebound, the forward pass to Bandigan. 2-on-1 situation, Kyle Bandigan will score.
Talk about aggressiveness, Kyle Bandigan attacking the defense of Manalo. So even with the strong contest going Manalo, it's as if Bandigan did not feel it at all.
The spin by Rodriguez, but unable to finish. Charles Esteban bring it down. Will put one up. foul will be fished by Charles Esteban.
It seems like that's the marching orders for Leyte. Out in transition, just go straight up, go strong. But Esteban seems to have hurt his right leg.
I think he's holding to his right hamstring.
So he's trying to walk it off.
And he said he's all right. So 2 freebies will be shot.
And it's going to be a mandatory. Sorry. As Bohol will check out.
First one on sweep for Charles Esteban. Usually plays the 3 or 4 spot, but I think now he's playing the 2 spot.
He's going to fit right in. Tall 2 for Leyte. I mean, you know, without even knowing anything about him, just looking at his number, you're going to be sure he's going to take 3s when he's open.
Exactly. As Arciaga fumbles that fast break opportunity. Meanwhile, Vidanes, that's too high for him.
See, the game plan has been simple. Just attack, 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 attack the rim.
And it's now a 19-point lead for Leyte. Muntinlupa stuck on that 10-point mark. It's 8-0 run for Leyte in this period.
Actually, for Leyte, currently 0 out of 5 from the 3-point area, but they're not reliant on the 3-point shot for their offense. They're just gonna keep on attacking the rim, especially out in transition.
Muntinlupa being forced to take jump shots, but that time Rodriguez, first 2 points of Muntinlupa in this period.
That's why they're only shooting 5 out of 30 itong Muntinlupa, because they're being forced into jump shots.
Vidanes, basket and 1. And that guy is a regular 4 or 5 for the Leyte Sherholmes Tiger Cubs.
On the other end, that's why they're shooting 50% from the field. Leyte just taking it strong inside.
Pound for pound fitness foul counted move, courtesy of Josh Vidanes. 3-point play completed. It's now a 20-point lead for the Leyte Sherholmes. Only in our 2nd period. And now we'll be turning it over to Courtney Buenaventura for a report.
Emeralds, that's what Coach Ryan from the JKLV RGG Muntinlupa Emeralds is reminding his players na ang bit-bit nila lagi is the name in front of their jerseys, not the ones at the back. Sabi pa niya na they have to embody how an Emerald is, and whatever happens, always play with pride and dignity. Cholo, Coach Noy?
Thank you very much, Courtney, and a very interesting way to look at it. You know, I mean, usually if you ask people what Emeralds are, you know, they'll say they're just a kind of stone, perhaps. But the coach of Muntinlupa sees it in a different way, talking about Coach Siegfried.
Yeah, with nothing to lose and nothing really to gain. You just want your players to keep playing the right way, put the effort on the floor, put some luster and shine to the name in front of your jersey.
And if you don't admire that mindset, I don't know what will.
Oh, yeah. You don't really have much of a choice, but you know, sometimes half the battle is showing up and the other half is you're already here. Why not try to play and get a win?
And indeed, the right mindset a player should have. Meanwhile, out of bounds. Possession going back to the Leyte Sherholmes.
The perfect pass on the outlet would have been a sure highlight for Loreto.
Meanwhile, Bandigan inside Vidanes. He will lose it on his way to the cup. Meanwhile, De Leon running. Puts one up. Getting clearly bothered by Santa Maria.
It's funny how he used the 1-2 step but went into the defender.
First one for De Leon. No good. Second one on its way for De Leon. And again, this is the 4th game of our day. Make sure to watch the rest of the games live in our Facebook page, Junior MPBL.
And of course, you have the D-League coming up in the 6th game.
Indeed.
San Juan versus Rizal.
Neighboring cities or province. Definitely a cool battle.
I'm from San Juan, you're from Rizal.
Exactly. But there's no bias. And both teams as well undefeated. Talking about both of those teams in the 21 and under division. So certainly that's going to be interesting. And another Leyte Muntinlupa matchup after this in the 16 and under division. So make sure to stay tuned to that as well. As right now we're just a minute and a half away from our halftime break. But Leyte still on top. That's blocked by Rinsangan. Talking about that Kyle Bandigan floater. Here comes the Emeralds. De Leon up top. Over a minute remaining. We'll check the screen. De Leon. No good. Rebound Bandigan.
It could have been an easier shot. He was already open. Decided to make the adjustment, but no adjustment there. Santa Maria just goes up strong.
Under a minute remaining. Last 2 points scored by Daniel Santa Maria. 18-point lead for Leyte. Corner. Will decide to attack. Drops it last minute. Great execution for the Emeralds.
Really a matter of executing and getting the offense going. Cannot go one-on-one against this Leyte Tiger Cubs because man for man, there's a height advantage. Thought it was gonna go and slam that one home.
Still an 18-point lead. 4-second differential between the shot and game clock. Arciaga at the right wing against Santa Maria. He pulls up in front of Loreto, and that's clearly bothered. Last 9 seconds. Bandigan won't care. Will attack. Loreto cleans up his teammates' mess.
Nothing fancy, just went straight up.
That'll be it for chapter number 1. It's 40-20, a 20-point lead in favor of the Leyte Sure Homes Tiger Cubs. And we will return for the start of the second half. Once again, this is Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL.
Junior MPBL would like to thank the following sponsors. Dolay, Bola ng Pinoy, the official ball of Junior MPBL. Pound per pound, JKLV. Nature Spring, #1 bottled water in the Philippines. Pound Active for quality sportswear. Jinky Skin, empowering women by redefining beauty. Don Benito's, ang pambansang kasama. Red Dynasty Seafood and Hot Pot Restaurant. Whitford Resort and Casino Mandela.
For our halftime report, we have here with us Coach Chris from Sure Homes Leyte. Coach Chris, how do you keep your teams focused on point, especially young kids with different dynamics?
Yun lang, araw-araw kami against sayo. So, focus lang kami sa defense namin palagi eh. Tsaka yung discipline, yun ang pinaka-importante. Ayaw namin ng mga taunting, ayaw namin ng mga ganung bad habits. So, yun lang.
That's great, Coach. May mga gusto po ba kayong batian at pasalamatan?
Pinapasalamat ako yung umpisa UST community, kaila sa mga coaches ko, Coach Manu, Coach VL, Coach Onel, Coach Andy, Coach Noli, Coach JM, at sa lahat ng sumusuporta sa amin, sila Boss Erica Castro, Ben Siguan, Boss Jarvis, sa lahat ng UST community.
Okay, thank you, Coach Chris, for joining me, and that's it for our halftime report.
Taas noo kahit kanino, walang ibang sinisigaw ang masang Pilipino. Bumagsak, bumangon, hinarap ang mga hamon, hanggang ang kahirapan tuluyan nating matalo.
Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL.
Would like to thank Dorite Bola ng Pinoy, the first Pinoy basketball brand, Don Benitos, ang pambansang cassava, Nature Spring, #1 bottled water in the Philippines, Pound for Pound Fitness, Be Liga Ready, Jinky Skin, empowering women by redefining beauty, Pound Active, for quality sportswear.
Red Dynasty, offering comfort Chinese food and overall 5-star experience. Winford Resort and Casino Manila, a luxury integrated resort.
Wing Bowl, it's like coming home. Chris Jacob Collection, for affordable but quality daily perfumes.
Special thanks to Punong Barangay Danilo Villanueva of Barangay Escopa 3 for hosting today's game.
Taas noo kahit kanino, walang ibang sinisigaw ang masang Pilipino. Bumagsak, bumangon, hinarap ang mga hamon, hanggang ang kahirapan tuluyan nating matalo.
Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL.
Would like to thank Dorite Bola ng Pinoy, the first Pinoy basketball brand, Don Benitos, ang pambansang cassava, Nature Spring, #1 bottled water in the Philippines, Pound for Pound Fitness, Be Liga Ready, Jinky Skin, empowering women by redefining beauty, Pound Active, for quality sportswear.
Red Dynasty, offering comfort Chinese food and overall 5-star experience. Winford Resort and Casino Manila, a luxury integrated resort.
Wing Bowl, it's like coming home. Chris Jacob Collection, for affordable but quality daily perfumes.
Special thanks to Punong Barangay Danilo Villanueva of Barangay Escopa 3 for hosting today's game.
And at the half, it's 40-20 only, or rather, it's a 20-point lead for the Leyte Sure Homes Tiger Cubs as they're completely dominating their opponents, the Muntinlupa Emeralds. And leading the charge for Leyte Sure Homes is Alfred Loreto with 10 points, followed by Bandigan with 6, Vidanes has 5. And on the other side, no one is still scoring in double figures. Tuboro has 8, Lansangan has 6, Paigane has 3.
Looking at the halftime stats, 46% for Leyte, 21% for Muntinlupa. Although they're only shooting 0 out of 7 from the three-point area, they've managed to dominate everything else. Leyte does not really rely heavily on their three-point shooting. 38-13 advantage for them on the rebounds, points in the paint also going the way of Leyte, 36-10, and second chance points 14-4 for Leyte.
And even though Leyte knows that this game is basically non-bearing, they're still bringing out their best, they're still playing hard, and evidently we can see them trying to experiment with players doing different things. Carl Manding trying to man that point guard position. Alfred Loreto trying to bring the ball down. And the likes of Charles Esteban doing shooting guard things for Leyte. And probably, you know, the best time actually for them to do those kinds of things, to experiment on what the players can do rather than, you know, their usual assignments, their usual responsibilities.
Yeah, even if Loreto trying to create on his own, he's still providing the rebounds for them, 10 points and 6 rebounds for Alfred Loreto, and everybody else just trying to attack in transition, going strong to the basket, and it's really a challenge for Muntinlupa to find a way to stop the bigs rampaging inside.
But then again, even if Leyte Sure Homes don't do anything, their mere height already intimidates their opponents. And it's evidently seen during the possessions of Muntinlupa. They're forced to take three-pointers, fadeaway jumpers, just rare scoring inside the paint. Paigane has it to start off our third period. What a move coming from Paigane, just unable to finish. Meanwhile, Esteban receiving it, finds Loreto. Alfred Loreto operating inside, that's no good. Rare miss inside for Alfred.
Lucky for Muntinlupa to come away with a stop.
Fade away, that's short. Sean Bohol bringing it down. Perhaps auditioning as well to be a wing. And Manding unable to finish. Esteban is a usual finish.
They're just gonna keep on getting multiple opportunities at the basket, had 12 offensive rebounds in that first half as a team.
Meanwhile, no one was there to pick up Lansangan, but great defense and recovery for Leyte. Loreto missing that one. Bandigan, no good. Arciaga thought about the three. They'll reset the offense. Paigane turning the ball over. Esteban, forward pass. Bandigan, and touchdown.
So again, even if they have the taller players, even athleticism-wise, it's going to the side of Leyte. That time Bandigan able to chase down that outlet pass, easy to.
Complete package talking about the Leyte Homes. They have bigs that can play like wings, and they have guards that can play like wings. Meanwhile, Manding will dunk it.
Players that you're not sure if they're bigs or wings.
Exactly. Again, probably positionless basketball for Leyte in this game. Paigane, they're down by 26. They only had 10 points in that second period, the same amount they had during the first period. Sean Bohol will attack, and he'll get called for a travel.
Well, the problem for Muntinlupa, even if they're able to beat their initial defenders, you see that finish once again from Carl Manding. Even if you finish, get able to beat your defender, the problem is the help coming from the bigs in the interior. Just too big and too tall for them.
Meanwhile, Paigane dropping Esteban and then shooting that mid-range jumper. 24-point lead for Leyte. Manding and company setting up the offense. Loreto unable to execute that pick and roll play was Leyte, and Paigane will make them pay.
What you can see there for Leyte, Esteban tried to come back in transition just a little too late.
What a find from Manding, trying out his point guard-esque skills, but that's going to be a turnover. .22-point lead for Leyte, as there's over 6 minutes remaining in Chapter 3. Couple of substitutions on the side of Coach Andy Mejos and the Tiger Cubs. Paigane brings it down. Finds Lopez. The pick. Lopez outside. Tuburo for three. That's badly missed as possession going back to Sure Homes.
That's the other problem for Muntinlupa. If they decide to shoot from the outside, the ones closing out are very tall, very long, and very quick.
Kyle Bandigan this time, perhaps at the point guard position. With the other side. Great passing from them. Unable to end up with a bucket. Still not going in. Rebound by Arciaga. Alex Arciaga getting fouled by Ryan Castro. Two freebies coming up for 77.
So even if Muntinlupa able to get out in transition, the Tiger Cubs really try and make it a point to get back also in transition. So you have tall wings trying to chase you down. Going to be very difficult for Muntinlupa, as you can see in the statistics for fast break points for Leyte. Muntinlupa with 2.
21-point lead for Leyte. Second one for Arciaga. 2 out of 2. He makes it a 20-point lead.
Both teams have really not gotten to the line much. 5 attempts for Muntinlupa, 4 out of 5 for them, 4 out of 7 for Leyte.
What a play! Bandigan and Javier, alley-oop connection that time.
That's what our Manong would call a special delivery from the sky.
I like that one. Arciaga will attack. Rael Castro gets the steal. Counter steal by Lansangan. Arciaga has it from 3. Corner, Tuboro will fire. No good. The rebound by Kyle Bandigan. Bandigan turning the ball over. Then Sangan. Special delivery and the fast break.
A rare cherry-picking basket for Muntinlupa.
Santa Maria losing it. Couple of turnovers now for Leyte. As that is a bucket scored by Lopez.
You can see our cameraman getting out of the way.
Could have been injured.
I would have done the same. Probably just throw the camera at the player.
Castro will miss it. Muntinlupa trying to generate a run. Paigane puts one up. No good. Gets it back. Finds Tuboro. 6-point run for the Emeralds.
Lead down to 16, but no cause for alarm for Coach Andy Meos and assistant coach Chris Demata. Still sitting comfortably.
Bandigan, Santa Maria for 3. Silences the crowd.
Santa Maria now showing that he too has the range.
Arciaga at the right side, putting on the moves against the much bigger defender. It's back to him against Javier this time. Unable to escape his opponents, forced to fade away. And great defense by Jude Javier. But Lopez will steal it back for Munti. Drops it to Paigane, the jump shot. That's good.
They've had some opportunities out in transition, but they need a lot more as it's still a 17-point lead. 3 minutes remaining in the third.
No good coming from Rael Castro. With a save by Lopez, but that's out of bounds. Possession with the Tiger Cubs.
You can see Muntinlupa trying to really force tempo. Trying those outlet passes, but sometimes just a little too fast for their own good.
Meanwhile, the attack. Santa Maria sidestep beauty.
So 5 quick points here for Santa Maria, who now has 9 in the game.
Arciaga has it against Carl Manding. The fake, steps on the brakes, finds Lopez at the left corner. He fires for 3. That's no good. A rebound by Carl. Manding brings it down. Carl Manding challenging the defense of Paigane, leading to a foul on the side of Munti. 2 free throws coming up.
You can see the experience on the side of Carl Manding. He saw that Paigane was trying to draw a charge. He went laterally at him.
Another look on that Carl Manding drive. So far,
You hit a defender squarely on the body, that's going to be a charge. That's why he had to force Paigane to hit him from the side.
5 points, 4 rebounds for Carl Manding. Averages 5.5, or rather 15.5 points in 25 minutes of action. And his first one is good for Carl. Second one on its way. Over 2 minutes remaining in the third. That's money for Carl Manding. Muntinlupa still down by a bunch. Try from deep, no good. They get it back. Lopez. Sangan, free throw line jumper, that's good.
And Sangan in the game with 10 points now, the second player in double digits for Muntinlupa.
Meanwhile, Daniel Santamaria delivers the package from 3.
Quick reply now with 12 in the game.
Meanwhile, Paigane draws the foul. Team foul number 2 for Leyte in this period.
Right now for Muntinlupa to get back in this ball game, they need to do something drastic. But nevertheless, even if they do something drastic, it's not really going to necessarily give positive results, because how do you play this bigger Leyte squad who has very skilled bigs? If you try to pressure them, they're gonna attack your pressure and they're gonna end up with layups on one end.
And in short, there's little you can do against this Leyte home squad. They have the size, they have the speed, they have the shooting. But Muntinlupa,
That could be a ploy, as Leyte so far in this game, 1 out of 10 from the 3-point area, but they will not force those threes because they know looks like those are going to be available for them.
I mean, that time no good. 16, rather 26-point lead for them. Shot clock is off, under 20 seconds remaining. High pass and good execution for the Muntinlupa Emeralds.
That time, Lansangan deciding that he did not need 2 hands to catch that basketball.
I mean, he needed the other hand to stop his defender.
Yeah, probably a good idea too.
Manding just at the brink of time, able to score 2 more points. And that'll be it for the first 3 periods, 64-38. And we shall return for the start of the 4th and final chapter. And this is, once again, your one and only Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL. Back to the action right here, 64-38. And again, just a quick recap in case you've missed it. Muntinlupa basically out of playoff contention. Leyte has a sure spot, no pun intended, as this is basically a non-bearing game, but you gotta love the effort from both teams. Fast break lane is good for De Leon.
Well, this is the final elimination play date. The last game in the 16 and under South Division.
24-point lead, make that 27 for Leyte.
And with the 18 and under game later, we wrap up the elimination schedule for Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL Season 2. We've been playing for, what, like 6 months already. And the showcase, the playoffs coming up soon.
I mean, that's another story. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, every series is going to be a 3-game series.
Of course, we're really excited to see the best of the North and South Division eventually meet in the national finals.
That's interesting because usually those kinds of setups are only seen in the pros. Having the series mostly, you know, in the high school youth division, it's only a knockout game. So coaching-wise, you know, it's going to be interesting as well. Right now, Muntinlupa still trying to fight. But talking about the playoffs, you know, we expect a lot of players to return to their home teams. I mean, first and foremost, probably, you know, in the 1400 division, best example, Domingo J.D. Wanko played for the Ateneo Blue Eagles in the UAAP Juniors Division. We're hoping to see them with Antipolo finally, as their season will pretty much be over by then. And a lot of examples as well. Perhaps you can think of one. But basically that analogy.
Yeah, but it's going to be really exciting, much like what's happening in the quote-unquote senior MPBL, where we are already in the division finals. I believe in the north it's Pampanga and San Juan, which I was able to catch yesterday with Pampanga getting a victory over San Juan. So it's pretty much the same format here in the junior MPBL. And then, of course, after our 18 and under match-up later, it's going to be the Junior MPBL D-League. So that's another thing to watch out for. And if you're within the vicinity, very accessible, the Escopa covered courts.
Talking about a 21 and under D-League, I mean, that's still a long way to go. But definitely, playoffs will be interesting.
Technically, you're eligible to play there, right, Cho?
I know, right?
But I think you'll be better served just sitting beside us here at the panel.
I know. Even if I don't have a choice, but even if I did have a choice, I'd rather be doing this. Again, considered the competition. That time, Loreto missing the wide open dunk.
Well, if I were even if I were eligible at 18 and maybe even in the 14 and under division right now, I wouldn't play. I'd rather just sit here. Very physical, the way the game is being played nowadays. Although maybe I can shoot a few threes here and there. If I'm open, nobody's allowed to challenge, maybe I'll play a little bit.
I mean, I'm sure you'd rather sit on the sidelines rather than get bodied by Derek Duterte.
Oh, that's for sure. And I don't even want to coach anymore when I see how fast-paced everything is and how competitive and how very strategic the coaches are here in the junior MPBL. So I think I'm pretty fine just sitting here.
And definitely, you know, in the bigger scale of things, the game has certainly evolved. You know, you had a chance to coach the high school team of San Pedro before. I'm sure it's far from what we're seeing right now, talking about high school basketball in general.
Talking about high school basketball, I was chatting earlier with assistant coach Andy Meos, and he remembers you. I used to play with the San Beda high school team, but we have a timeout. Back in a moment.
Back to the action right here. And again, what were you talking? Wait a minute, Coach Rai is having some technical difficulties. Anyway, under 6 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. And Muntinlupa still trying to fight. But they do have a 20-point lead right now, talking about Leyte. More than comfortable for them. They're not looking to slow down anytime soon. On the other side, Esteban stomping that fast break play. Rodriguez for three. Now good. Manding grabs the board. And Coach Noy, what were you saying during that, before the timeout? I'm sorry I didn't get it.
Oh yeah, Coach Andy was telling me how you used to practice with the San Beda high school team, and you got injured, and he was telling you to go have yourself checked by your dad.
Yeah, because my dad was a physician in that school for like since I was in the nursery of San Beda, by the way. That was the school we're talking about.
But we didn't really get to talk about the details of how you were as a player because honestly, it didn't matter to me. I
mean,
wasn't really interested because I'd rather see you as the anchor, the play-by-play,
Exactly.
and give you so much respect.
No one is interested. It's Cholo, by the way.
And Arshaga from the parking lot, which is actually on the first floor.
So that analogy is completely botched. Because the first floor is not far from here. Meanwhile, Leyte still on top. I think if they play this right, this win is theirs already.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Just need to run out the clock, but I don't think they're gonna do that. You see right there, Arshaga from way deep. Just, I mean, they just need to waste clock here, but I don't think they're gonna do that. They're just gonna keep on playing the way they usually play, try to attack the paint each and every time.
And I mean, if you're Muntinlupa, you're playing pretty much against the. Wait a minute, Manding will not shoot it again. That's what I was saying. You're playing pretty much the coaches of the UST Tiger Cubs. So this kind of a tryout for you, if you're gonna think about it.
Yeah, most definitely. We've had a lot of players being discovered even early in the season. I remember Keith telling us about schools already calling him, asking if certain players were available to recruit. Although we have school-based teams here, it would be a little more difficult to pirate or recruit players from like the Leyte Tiger Cubs. But the other teams, the club teams, it's an opportunity for these kids to be able to maybe hook up with a big school program and be able to study pretty much for free.
Exactly, and there's a lot of examples to that. I mean, last season, Junior MPBL posted a graphic of how many players were recruited because of their exposure here in the league, and I think that they posted like 6 pictures, 6 lists of players again who were recruited. So that's the number. That's how many players were recruited just because of their exposure in this league.
And if you remember during the awarding ceremonies, as you see once again, that Carl Manding basket, pound for pound fitness foul counted. Late in the first season, in the awarding ceremonies, there were, I think, like 3 to 5 players who were awarded scholarships from the University of Makati. So, just be able to give an opportunity for these kids. Again, it's not only about basketball, not only the ability to play basketball, but able to have higher education for free. That's what is pretty much the opportunity being given here for these kids.
And I think one of those said players is Yano Laksarum, who played for, I believe, the Mindoro team during that first season, and is now playing in the seniors division in the NASCO League.
Yeah, for University of Makati.
Meanwhile, this is under 3 minutes remaining in chapter number 4. Arshaga has been one of the few bright spots for this Muntinlupa squad. I think safe to say Carl Manding does have the instruments to be a good point guard, but definitely needs more practice.
And also, he needs to develop an outside shot. I don't think any point guard now in this era can afford to not have an outside shot, a consistent one.
For Alfred Loreto, he can bring the basketball down. I think that's the same issue. You will have to have an outside threat.
Because he's more of a back to the basket. I mean, that's really his strength, back to the basket. I mean, you'd rather him attacking you off the dribble than trying to back you down.
Speaking of attacking, it's Carl Manding scoring 2 more points. As Muntinlupa will call a timeout right here. They down by a lot and will return after a short break. Back to the action right here for the last 2 minutes of our ball game. And again, if Leyte plays this right, this game is theirs. Even if Muntinlupa does win, they're still out of the playoffs. So Sarshaga, again, one of the few bright spots for this Muntinlupa squad.
I'm actually trying to check if there's a 4-point line here because that's where Arshaga's been trying to shoot. Already hit twice.
Another try. And no good. Gotta love the confidence from him. 1.5 minutes remaining. Esteban, no good in that attack. But I think safe to say Leyte has got this one in the books. What a sequence that time for Muntinlupa. Getting intimidated by the big guys of Leyte. As Manding, no good. Try the rim grazer move. Arciaga trying out, but that's no good. As Esteban able to block that shot. Under a minute remaining. Arciaga one more time. Fatigue perhaps have hit him already.
Well, if you had to contend with the stronger guys coming from Leyte Tiger Cubs, especially this guy, Carl Manding, eventually you're going to tire out.
Loreto has it. 35 seconds remaining. Leyte still trying to execute. And that's going to end up with another bucket still from Kyle Bandigan.
Kyle Bandigan, another player in double digits for them. 10 points to add 7 rebounds and 6 assists. Again, the challenge for us, who do we choose as best player of the game with all of these players scoring in double digits for Leyte? Carl Manding 16, you've got Bandigan with 10, Loreto with 12, Esteban with 16, you've got Santa Maria with 12. Again, you can just close your eyes and point to a name in that roster and probably would make a case for player of the game.
Pretty much everybody just did their work. Leyte ending up with his W. Again, will lock their current spot. They're in the playoffs, and Muntinlupa, I guess we'll see you next year. Our final score, 83-64. Stay tuned to our second to last game after this. It's between still the Leyte Sure Homes Tiger Cubs, 16 and under, going up against another squad of Mandaluyong, their 16 and under division, rather Muntinlupa.
But you gotta like the effort still of Muntinlupa. They were completely outmatched, but even up to the final buzzer, they were still trying to compete, but really just too big of a lead to overhaul for Muntinlupa.
And again, big time congratulations to Coach Andy Mejos, Coach Chris De Mata. But they'll have one more game to coach after this. So good luck to them. But now we're just waiting for for the availability of our best player of the game. And I think he's at the sidelines with our courtside reporter, Miss Courtney Buenaventura.
Joining me here is our best player of the game from Sur Homes Leyte, Charles Esteban, with 16 points, 11 rebounds, and 2 assists. Congratulations, Charles. Charles, you've come this far today because of the support that your teammates, coaches, and family gives you. Gaano to ka-importante para sa'yo?
Naging importante lang siya na i-push ko yung sarili ko kasi as a team, yung ginubuo namin yung chemistry namin na nagtutulungan kami para matapos namin yung game ng maayos. Tapos, importante din yung binibigay na opportunity ng mga coaches namin kaya nagkakaroon ng kumpiyansa bawat isa.
That's nice. Charles, may mga gusto ko bang batiyan at pasalamatan?
Nabati ko lang po yung mga coaches namin, yung mga teammates namin na nag-ensayo ngayon. At saka yung family ko, kay mami and kay daddy, thank you po lagi and yun lang po.
Okay, thank you, Charles, and congratulations. Once again, we would also like to thank Don Benitos for providing a sumptuous Filipino delicacy. Don Benitos, ang pambansang kasava. Now back to you, Cholo and Coach Noy.
Thank you very much, Courtney. Once again, our Don Benito's best player of the game, Charles Esteban, propelling the Leyte Homes into a W for their last game of the regular season. And now we move on to the 16-under matchup still between the Muntinlupa Emeralds and the Leyte Homes Tiger Cubs. And this has been Cholo Pangilinan, Coach Noy Africa, and Courtney Buenaventura at the sidelines. And this is Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL.
Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior MPBL para sa'yo, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, klaro na to, huwag kang sumuko sa gustong gawin. Isang pangarap, isang tagumpay, yeah. Gabay at pag-asa ng bayan, landas pagbabago, pag-asa, ikaw ang mahalaga. Iba't iba, pero isang halaga. Nagkakaisa, nagmamahalan, nagtutulungan. Liga ng bayan.
Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL.
Would like to thank Dorite Bola ng Pinoy, the first Pinoy basketball brand, Don Benitos, ang pambansang kasava, Nature Spring, #1 bottled water in the Philippines, pound for pound fitness, be Liga Ready, Jinky Skin, empowering women by redefining beauty, Pound Active, for quality sportswear.
Red Dynasty, offering comfort Chinese food and overall 5-star experience. Winford Resort and Casino Manila, a luxury integrated resort.
Wing Bowl, it's like coming home. Chris Jacob Collection, for affordable but quality daily perfumes.
Special thanks to Pulong Barangay Danilo Villanueva of Barangay Escopa 3 for hosting today's game.
Taas noo kahit kanino, walang ibang sinisigaw ang masang Pilipino. Bumagsak, bumangon, hinarap ang mga hamon, hanggang ang kahirapan tuluyan nating matalo.